What up, everybody? Welcome back. So today, we're going to be checking out one of my all-time favorite artists, one of my all-time favorite freestyles. King Los, LA Leakers, Freestyle 95. Now, if for those of you who don't really know who King Los is, he's a very lyrical artist. He's out of Baltimore. He loves to be lyrical. He'll always have different, double entendres to where he'll have a group of bars that could mean 4 or 5 different things, depending on which way you look at it and how you flip it. Towards the end of this freestyle, it's about 11, 12 minutes long. He gets into some racial inequality stuff that really hits home to what's going on right now in the world. And this freestyle was, I think 7 months ago. So we're going to dive into it and see what he's talking about. But before we do any of that, if you guys like my page, let's find that subscribe button and click it. Alright, so like I said before, Los is super lyrical. So he's going to have bar after bar after bar. And I'm not going to be able to stop and break down every single thing that he says. That would take way too long. So I'm just going to try to catch some of the hidden things or things that people wouldn't normally catch. So let's check it out.
Get right to it, Los.
We just gonna do it like that?
People what they
I don't
wanna
even get
see.
up. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't even get it. Okay, that's crazy. Look. Let me talk to him then, Sour Milk.
Talk to it.
Look, they say it never come to fruition unless the vision is crafted. My drive is relentlessly, repetitiously mastered. Progress is positive, pessimism is backward. Since failure ain't attractive, my next decision was drastic. I made it out of pitfalls strictly due to my passion. Supreme intellect, not to mention wisdom to match it. Name another nigga that put up 50 at practice. This shit is magic, even my exhibition is classic. Funny, I ain't end up broke like you predicted. It's 1,000 niggas like you, no need to be too specific.
My bad. Listen, I get caught up just listening to him go because this shit is so soothing to me just to hear everything rhyme and everything go together and everything play off of the last word. Oh man, this is beautiful.
I outmaneuver goofies like you with a few decisions. When the proof is missing, you get reduced to a euphemism. Shit, the truth is with.
He said, I outmaneuver you goofies with a few decisions. When the proof is missing, you get reduced to a euphemism. Good God. Already, man, it's so hard to try to keep up with. But he's saying when I outmaneuver you goofies with a few decisions, like he just made a few better decisions than you goofy ass people. And when the proof is missing, you get reduced to a euphemism. Basically saying when you can't prove your shit, when you can't back up what you're saying, you get reduced to a euphemism. Like, I'm not worried about you. You ain't shit. Keep it moving. God, just the way he puts his words together, so beautiful.
Wicked. I just threw a surprise party at a see-through mansion, my nigga. I'm stupid gifted. This voodoo mixed with clear struggle and sheer hustle. I'm trying to stretch hams, string me too long and I tear muscle. Nigga, where it was when we was down and we slaved in kitchens. With my homie putting cut on that bird like it's Cajun chicken. I'm amazing. They parade, but my crown wasn't made to fit them. You got signed off my signature style. That's plagiarism. I'm Miyagi with it. Try to kick it like I could kick it. You just begging to get buried alive, but I can dig it. Shit, cock the.
You just begging to get buried alive, but I could dig it. Shit, you keep biting my style, I'm gonna be the one to dig that grave, so you will get buried alive.
Cock the biscuit, map his block out and plot a visit. I'm in a Honda Civic with lip stickers. I watch him visit, plot and listen. Get close enough that I could kiss him. Since he pessimistic, I ain't run into my optimism.
Oh man!
Come on, man. Come on, man.
Los.
Come on, man.
You come on the LA Leakers show, man.
Oh,
We're gonna be
God.
fully prepared.
Look,
King Los, LA Leakers.
man. Look.
Everybody in the 410. Y'all have heard this song before on the 8 Mile Slim Shady.
That was just the
Look.
warm-up. Let's go.
Look, to hip-hop, I'm Socrates. I'm top 5 in the 5th spot to mockery. The 5th pop, you do the Macarena or get rocked like Slipknot's discography. Your click.
The 5th pop, you do the Macarena or get rocked like Slipknot's discography. So either you do the Macarena, you try to dodge that shit or you gonna get rocked. like Slipknot's discography, like a documentary on Slipknot, it's gonna be rock. It's gonna be rock and roll.
Your clique watching me, hoping I stumble. Your bitch watching me. You know it's a jungle. She like lions, not liars, nigga. I figured you be slow to rebuttal. She standing there drooling and dripping. You could only be humble, just be a gentleman. And put your jacket over the puddle. You poodle, that pun was a puzzle. I just want a Rapunzel. You know, she keep them extensions and she come with them bundles. Have fun with them dumb.
He says, your girl watching me. You know it's a jungle. She like lions, not liars. I figured you'd be slow to rebuttal. I just want a Rapunzel. You know, she keep them extensions when she come with them bundles. So Rapunzel, you know, the character from the storybook, she has the super long hair, almost like extensions almost is what you could say, and the bundles of hair. But what he's also saying is he wants a Rapunzel that when she comes with them extensions, talking about like the guns that have the extended clips, when they come with the bundles, talking about the bundles of drugs, you know, whatever it is, weed, coke, whatever.
Have fun with them double entendres, as I beg your pardon from the nonsense that's sponsored. I'm non-responsive, just armed with a conscience that's in and out dimensions like triangular shape. Isosceles flying saucers, defying the laws of physics. My mind's like a luxury prison, ain't no escaping these bars exquisite. I breathe law and speak art exhibits. I'm black magic like Shaq spinning off his pivot. Niggas reaching. Dog, forget it. Even that metaphor was a metaphor for how it's hard to get it.
He said, I'm black magic like Shaq spinning off his pivot. Niggas is reaching. Dog, forget it. Because even that metaphor was a metaphor for how it's hard to get it. Oh, man. Black Magic. Shaquille O'Neal, when he played for the Orlando Magic, spinning off his pivot. You're not going to steal the ball from him. They reach all day. You're not going to get it. Even that metaphor was a metaphor for how it's hard to get it.
Ridiculous, love to take facades and hype it. Like I ain't blessed with some shit I gotta guard my life with. A lot of rappers try hard to bite it, but they joints ain't nearly as tight as with this arthritis. My plight is...
He said a lot of rappers try to bite it, but their joints ain't hardly as tight as what this arthritis. Oh, so arthritis, you know, your joints, it makes it hard to do, you know, everyday things. Your joints are really tight. And so he's saying what they write, the joints that they write ain't nearly as tight as what this Arthur Wright is.
My plight is, if you lyrically fit, you got something from me. Even niggas I wrote for it and they send me my fucking money. Well, I ain't got a song with such and such. Right. You wonder, buddy? I'm the only one that got overlooked by his understudies. I feel disrespected to the core of my soul. My skill been perfected, no ignoring my glow. I will lift a weapon and perform my foe. Then still raise my son without ignoring my goals. My raps perfect the dreams that I see in the night. So I ask to project, being I'm a being of light. To be in this arena, I mean just to be in this light. You might need to work ethic of a Venus and Serena, then study the sun and Jupiter while Venus in between them.
Just to be in this light, just to be in this arena, like where he's at in his career, at his level, just to be in this arena, you might need the work ethic of a Venus and Serena. I'm talking about Venus and Serena Williams. You might need the work ethic of a Venus and Serena, then study the sun and Jupiter with Venus in between them. Meaning you gotta have a whole lot of knowledge on the world, on the earth, about the universe to be even in the same category as him.
City full of hustlers, you seen the demeanor. 88 dope boys, cleaning the beamer. But it's deeper than a four-finger ring in his beeper. When his mama was a crackhead that thinks she was a diva, and his daddy was a hothead for the cream with a fever. You just trying to live life, nobody gets your plight. But you on teams with the reaper. The bitter consequences seem sweeter and sweeter. To be an achiever, duck 3 from the heater. Plus the prison population got the streets in the sleeper. But you a smooth criminal. You can make that quarter flipping off one hit. You could turn a king to a leaner. Well, my cousin made 60 million and couldn't quit. It's a thin line between a fucking fiend and a dreamer, nigga.
So basically he just broke down the whole like timeline, because he said my city's full of hustlers. So like growing up, he said like a 88 dope boy cleaning a beamer. This is bigger than a 4-finger ring and a beeper. The 4-finger rings is what they used to wear back in the day, the big ass rings, and they used to have the beepers on them. He says bigger than all that. And when your mom is a crackhead that thinks she was a diva, like she thinks she out here, you know, hot shit, you know, just a bad bitch on the block. Really, she's a crackhead. And then the dad is a hothead. You just out here trying to live life, but nobody gets your plight. But you on teams with the Reaper, saying that, you know, all the shit that's evil, that's not what you're supposed to be doing, that's what you're doing. But then check this out. He says, so you're a smooth criminal. So with that quarter flip, off of one hit, you could turn a king to a leaner. So on one hand, he's saying that you could sell drugs in the streets, and off of one hit, you could turn a king to a leaner. Talking about a king as in like a good man, like, you know, a strong man. You could turn him into a leaner, as in turn him into like a drug addict who's just always like, you know, he's just not a normal person anymore. But then this is also a play on words where he's talking about Michael Jackson, and he says, but you're a smooth criminal. That's a Michael Jackson song. You're a smooth criminal. You can make that quarter flip, and off of one hit, you could turn a king to a leaner. So like in the Thriller song, when like the zombies are dressed up and he's leaning in the video, that's what he's talking about with this also.
Woo. Oh, wow. King Los. I want this to keep going, bro. Can we do one more beat? We cannot let you leave without touching this beat.
Let me get into it.
King Los is here.
So
the
on this
green
beat
juice
is where he
here.
really gets into like some racial diversity type stuff.
Cosmic, celestial, extraterrestrial rhyme encryption. Intergalactic, perpetual, cognitive, sonic rhythm of a verbal god constructing astonishing composition. Man, my competition ceased to impress me. I need challenge. And mumble rappers only exist
because I need balance.
When I seek malice, revenge reeks of a sweet foulness. I defeat cowards, remove your shoes at the Sheik's palace. I rebalance the solar system with chakra energy. The binary code in my carbon causes divinity in the glow in me. But I can't even grow in peace. These fake conscious niggas vibrating too low for me. Watch what you throw to me. Boy, ain't no hoe in me. I crack heads with this KC and it ain't Jodeci. Nigga.
I crack heads with this KC, but it ain't no Jodeci. I'm not gonna get into that. That's bad stuff right there. I always liked Casey and Jodeci back in the day. You know, I don't want to talk bad about what happened afterwards, but somebody got caught up in drugs. I ain't gonna say who.
Niggas bad see me over. Can't nobody oversee me. I fry that nigga egg, he think he getting over easy. I'm a mix of Hova Weezy, Andre, Biggie, Flows, and Yeezy. Pac and Pun, Big L and Jeezy, Pimp C, Juicy, Gucci, Easy. 2 Live Crew infused with Stevie. Wonder how they view me, see me. Rick James, James Brown, MJ Breezy, SNOOP for Sheezy. 8-ball, MJ, GODB, DOB, or CMC. DMXC, PMD, Master P and CMB. The G and me, the mans that you fit me with them. But in the scope of things, I'm way more 50 than them. They took my hopes and
I can't even start to count all the MC's names that he just said right there. Fucking ridiculous. But he said, in the scope of things, I'm way more 50 than M. So their record label was Interscope Records. And he's saying that he's way more 50 than M, meaning like he's way more gangster than he is anything else.
They took my hopes and dreams and turned me to a savage. 21, Tony Montana, she gripping my shotty. She called me Poppy, I whipped the Bugatti. She ride the ditches like it's a Ducati. She do some cardio, listen to Cardi, then turn on some Nicki and switch to a Bobby. Then she thinks she Lola, she vegan, do yoga, then roll us a blunt and we listen to Molly. Body called homicide, this is the body. I throw dick in the body, just to kick it, dick in the body, just to kick it with me and bitch through karate. Like, y'all to this world, I'm a star. You ain't thorough, you a girl, you a broad. I got a glick, it got a stick, I got a burl, I got a rod. If nerds looking for beef like Harold and Kumar.
Yeah. He said, I got a glick, it got a stick. If these nerds are looking for beef like Harold and Kumar. If you ain't ever seen Harold and Kumar go to White Castle, it's 2 nerdy dudes and they're looking for some burgers. They want to go to White Castle and they can't find it. So he said, I got a glick with a stick if these nerds are looking for beef like Harold and Kumar.
Yeah. I'm from a block where the methamphetamines move, and the crooked judicial systems never let the kings rule. Where history falsified and taught in every school to disconnect you from your culture like everything cool. See what having low self-esteem do? Got you praising the lineage of oppressors with recessive gene pools. Ooh, I guess from that perspective we are foes. I mean, you niggas was accepted, we was chose. If you don't postulate what I aesthetically propose, and we don't vibrate, that means we diametrically oppose. Yo, I hope this message electrifies The European be leveraging privilege through ethnic bias.
Yes.
If you ain't do no scholarship on this, don't dare speak. This that ether that's gonna separate leaders from mere sheep. It's like whipping on the back of a slave with bare feet when historically black college universities pledge Greek. It just isn't in your favor. It's of sick, twisted, sadistic, ritualistic nature. Look, you think it's odd they slave you if the slave master ain't served the same God they gave you? 400 years. Hold up. Yeah.
So this is the part where he really gets into like the psychological part of racism and how things have been over the past, hundreds of years.
You think it's odd they slave you if the slave master ain't served the same God they gave you? 400 years later, and you hardly stable, and you turn around and beg that same God to save you. Look, word to the sunrise. Homie, save yourself. Everything else, get a thumb drive. The young lives of black queens lost, misplaced, who've been raped, beaten, indoctrinated, and disgraced. We've been wet, shackled, and mutilated, put through degradation, disrespectfully viewed and hated. I mean truly flagrant, treated like shit in this fucking nation. Then in 1850, slaveholders came with this publication called How to Make the Ideal Slave. Now dig the vision. Rule number 1 was unconditional submission. Keep them in place with authority, cause rule number 2 was create inferiority.
I really don't even need to break it down. I mean, he's kind of breaking it down as he's going, talking about each rule. Creating inferiority.
And Ye said that slavery was a choice, but let's be real clear. Rule 3 was take away their voice and instill fear. And hell yeah, I could see the passion in your eyes. I admire your perseverance for your fashion and your grind. Rule number 4 is why that hat was our demise. You keep the slave interested in the master's enterprise. Cause rule number 5 was deprive us of education, information, recreation. Look.
Rule number 4, keep the slave interested in the master's enterprise. So keep the slave interested, keep the black man interested in what the white man's doing in order to progress. So he's saying that Kanye was like he's co-signing with Trump, which is what he did, but that's to keep the slave master's priorities number 1. And then rule number 5, to keep them from learning anything, to keep them from education, because, knowledge is power. So if they don't know anything, if they don't know better, they can't do better.
You listening to me?
Teach them, we listening, teach them.
To deprive us of information, that's a psychological prison. Niggas have yet to come out, because of slaves culture. Man, hold up. That's a psychological prison. Niggas have yet to come out. If the slave master caught you learning, they cut your tongue out. Y'all hear me?
So if you learn anything, you ain't gonna be able to tell it to anybody else.
Then segregation 100 years was so thorough. No wonder there's so many kids on drugs in this cold world. Nigga, shout out J. Cole.
Shout out J. Cole.
Mind blown.
Look, hold up. I go up the top with an hour bill. I am just incredible. I'm a vegan with sour milk. Alright, I quit.
Hold up. Lowe's.
So he's a vegan. He doesn't eat meat. He doesn't, any of that. But he's that dude right there. His name is Sour Milk. That's DJ Sour Milk. So he's a vegan with sour milk.
We did it before the year was over. Yeah, it was 95.
Oh, man.
Freestyle 90.
I know I missed so much in that video, so much. There's so many parts in that video that I just wasn't able to touch on that deserved it, but just, in order to keep the video under an hour long, I can only break down a couple things. He's one of the greatest ever, in my opinion. As far as lyrics, dude is ridiculous. So check this out. In the comments, I want you guys to put down your favorite line. Maybe it's something I missed. Maybe it's something I broke down that you hadn't caught before. I want you guys to tell me what your favorite line was out of this video. All right. Hit the comments, hit that like button, hit the subscribe. I appreciate y'all. Catch y'all next time.